Hey everybody, I'm JimClassic, and you are watching Geekin. I just got done watching episode 7 of Star Wars The Skeleton Crew, titled, We're Gonna Be in So Much Trouble. Where we last left off, Jod was captured by the space pirates. The kids the kids were able to get back to the Onyx Cinder, and we got to see what the ship really looks like underneath all that heavy-duty armor plating. Kind of looks a lot more streamlined. Kind of reminds me of the Sith Infiltrator a little bit. It has some design elements that remind me of it. But yeah, that was episode 6 in a nutshell. Episode 8 is, well, a week away. It's the last episode of this season. Hopefully not the series, but the season. And I'm going to get to this really quick. I had a fun time watching the episode. So far, I haven't seen an episode of Skeleton Crew that I don't like. And I'm going to go through this pretty quickly because I saw something else that I want to talk about, Star Wars related, that will probably take up the other half of this video. So I'm going to just kind of go through the talking points here of Skeleton Crew and then go to this article that I read, which is not Skeleton Crew related, but Star Wars related. There will probably be a timestamp if you want to jump to the article, or if you just want to stop after I'm done talking about Skeleton Crew, you can do that. I'm just giving you some options, and I'm kind of trying to diversify a little bit of my videos, and two birds with one stone, that kind of thing. Anyway, let's talk about the episode. And I actually took some pictures here. I'm sorry about some of the I'm sorry about some of the little figures there on the bottom, but I was just taking some pictures while I was watching the episode. I figured this might help streamline my train of thought a little bit, and talk about some of the bullet points. Starting at the very beginning of the episode, the parents have their communicator device, and they are trying to get a signal to the kids, and they are doing it in a clandestine manner under the cover of darkness, but those security droids have found them and have zeroed in on them, and the parents start running, each one carrying the communicators, kind of like a relay race. Like one parent gets stunned, the other parent takes the thing, the other parent gets stunned, that parent takes the thing, and to make a long story short, I think that's Fern's mother. She actually gets the device, she gets it going, she's hiding from the droids, and sends it up into the sky, and there we go. The beacon has been lit, and we cross our fingers that the kids can receive the transmission. Well, we see the Onyx Cinder in hyperspace and is heading towards At-Aten because in the last episode, I don't know if I covered it, but KB somehow got the coordinates. Maybe they were downloaded into her prosthetic. I don't remember. I don't think they mentioned it. But anyway, she had the coordinates, and they typed it into the Onyx Cinder, and she was on her way. And of course, we see the kids are kind of playing in the ship. They're having fun. I think one of them had like a hover ball or something. Wim is feeling pretty down. He's upset. The adventure is over. Gonna go back to At-Aten. Life as normal will resume. And he's kind of feeling bummed about it. But Fern tries to cheer him up. So does Neil, I think. He gets over the hump a little bit, I think. But the journey is ending. Their adventure is coming to a close. It's a kind of a bittersweet moment, I guess. Well, here we have the pirate ship coming out of hyperspace in At-Aten's orbit. And actually, it's kind of a cool ship. It looks like a heavy-duty carrier with like some, I don't know, the spire kind of reminds me a little bit of the Nebula medical frigate. But again, this is a ship design I don't think we've really seen. I'm not seeing anything familiar. Like, I'm not seeing a Corellian look to it. I'm not seeing, like, it would have been cool if it was like maybe a repurposed Confederate ship. That would have been cool. But, it's a design I've never seen before. I kind of like it. It's cool. I mean, Star Wars, you're always going to get an interesting ship design when it comes to Star Wars. And this looks like a mid-sized carrier, which has been appropriated, stolen, commandeered by the pirates. Well, Captain Brutus is kind of pissed off because he doesn't see At-Aten, he sees a violent storm cloud. This At-Aten viewers don't look habitable. I forget what he said. I don't know. The subtitles are down there, but I didn't read all of it. But, you know, Jod is confused. He's trying to work this out. Like, what the hell is going on? I don't understand this. You know, any ship that's going to go in there is going to be destroyed because look at that maelstrom going on. It's like electricity and looks like green clouds and shit. And, you know, he's ready. He's ready. He's done with Jod. He's going to throw him into the airlock. And Jod eventually talks his way out of it once he figures out that a regular ship cannot get through the barrier. Only the Onyx Cinder can, which does show up out of hyperspace just moments after he's thrown into the airlock. And here we have the kids coming towards that and they're seeing the same exact thing as the pirates. The pirates pull the Onyx Cinder into their ship via a tractor beam. Let's see, what's the next picture? Oh, nope. No, we're going to go back to that. I didn't take any pictures of the inside the pirate ship. But anyway, the kids get captured by the pirates. Jod... What happened? What the heck happened? Oh, I remember. You know, SM-33 is still serving under Jod, you know, under the pirate code or whatever. To make a long story short, the kids end up saying something like, we commandeer the ship, no adults allowed, and SM-33 says, that's good enough for me, and just kicks all the pirates out. It was really kind of funny to watch that. And the kids get the Onyx Cinder back. They take off. The pirates are confused, like, what the hell's going on? Why'd you launch the ship so early? And then the ship is being chased by a couple of fighters into the barrier. We see these, I don't know, shield generators, electrical. Well, they're electrical, I guess, electrical lightning generators. I don't know, but this is a cool shot of the ship. You know, it's being chased. We see some of the fighters here. I didn't get a great picture of the fighters, but whatever. And the fighters get destroyed by the electrical barrier, but the Onyx Cinder gets through. And here we have SM-33 piloting the ship when the automatic pilot takes over. I mean, I guess SM-33 is an automatic pilot, but whatever system AT-AT has in relationship to the ship, you know, takes over. And we quickly discover that the Onyx Cinder is actually part of AT-AT. It was stolen from AT-AT. It was part of a Republic transport ship, probably designed to transport the contents of the Mint to its destination and back. Anyway, see more of the ship flying. And yeah, oh, yes, I almost forgot to mention, while the kids were being held prisoner by the pirates, they did receive the message that from the satellite that was orbiting the planet. And the kids got to see holograms of their parents and everything like that. And how Fern's mother said you're not in any trouble. And that was once everything has calmed down, they're on their path back to the planet. You know, Fern's like, my mom totally lied on that call. We are going to be in so much trouble. And that might be the line of the episode. We're going to be in so much trouble. I think she says it right after that. And that's when we hear Jod. And, you know, SM-33 gets up out of the pilot's seat. Well, what, you know, here we are again. His Jod snuck back on board, and he was hiding. And, you know, SM-33 says he's going to take care of it when Jod whips out the lightsaber from Captain Renaud's stronghold, the one that he kind of, you know, acquired in the treasure room. And, wow, lops off SM-33's head. I really hope we see more of SM-33. I hope they're able to fix him and put him back together. But yeah, that takes him out. I mean, that's the kid's only real bodyguard. And he just hits the ground. This is a dark moment. I must have seriously misread Jod. You know, those few episodes where it looked like he was warming up to them. Obviously, he was just using them. Maybe I'm just not a good judge of character. But this is a dark moment for Jod because he just starts going on, like, complaining about these kids and how they're whining a lot. You know, there's Wim all upset. You know, he's not just like he's I don't know. He's complaining about the kids. It's just not you. It's all of you, and you're whining, and you're so spoiled and everything. Like, and he points to Wim. He's like, you are the worst. You know, I guess you're so optimistic. Whatever it was he was going on about, and he says, like, you know, I'm glad I got to see your parents' faces because if you kids do anything to screw this up, I know who I'm gonna carve up with this lightsaber. He kind of throws the lightsaber in their face, and it's like, wow, dude, this is a dark moment. Anyway, the ship lands. It the automatic docking sequence happens. They go outside. Some of the security droids greet them. It's like, "Hello, Republic emissary. You are here to retrieve the shipment." And these droids are not very intuitive. They're not very bright. But sometimes that's droids for you. And the docking bay kind of just goes underground. The parents kind of see the kids briefly, so the parents have an idea what's going on. They don't know what's going on, but they see the kids and need to get to them. So as it's going down and down and down, like this is going like underground for like a couple of miles and everything, and Jod is trying to talk to the droid like, I need to contact my ship in orbit. I need to do this. I need to do that. And the droid's not being very helpful, just saying you have to speak with the director, the supervisor, whatever the title called. And then we see the vault open up, and it's just aisles and aisles and aisles of Republic credits, just freshly minted and waiting to be transported. And I mean, he is just, Jod is just in awe. And as he, keeps, kind of reminds me of the warehouse a little bit from Raiders of the Lost Ark. And the droid says, oh no, he asks, and how many mints are there on the planet? And the droid's like, oh, we have over 1,000. So there's 1,000 of these things. And wow. And he looks at a pile of the credits. And look at that look on his face. He has never seen so much treasure before in his life. He is just overwhelmed. And he picks it up and it starts falling and raining on him. And you just kind of look at that. This man hit the absolute jackpot. Well, eventually a hovercraft comes down from the tube. It's the parents. They meet up with the kids. It's a nice warm reception. No, there's still more of this. Nice warm reception. Oh, we're so glad to see you, blah, blah, blah. And as we can see, Jod is approaching. And that's a touching moment. The kids are reunited with their family. And that's when Jod activates the lightsaber. Everyone just kind of stops. That's how the episode ends, really. Yep. Nothing else. I didn't take any more pictures after that. But yeah, that's how the episode ends. And yeah, I mean, one more episode left. This was, for the most part, this was a fun adventure. There was a little bit of space battle going on, a little bit of space chase, I don't know, going on. A little bit of adventure. The kids got kidnapped. They escaped. Brutus got killed. We lost Brutus because the kids were able to kind of ambush him a little bit, and Jod took advantage and shot him. But yeah, this is a pretty dark moment. Obviously, I don't think Jod is really coming back from this. I mean, Darth Vader has done far worse and still came back from this. But not everyone is going to be like Darth Vader and come back. This might be, this might be where season 2 comes into play. Jod, my prediction is, Jod maybe takes some of their credits and hightails it out of there, but threatens to return. I think the parents and the kids are just going to outsmart him a little bit, but that's where season 2 would come in, where he might come back with a whole pirate armada and just try and take over. Or my prediction is at the end of the 8th episode, he's got the lightsaber, he's got the Force. What if he just tries to take over the planet? And now it's the kids trying to rebel against him and his, whatever it is he's planning on doing. So yeah, those are my 2 predictions. He's either going to take over, and that's going to be the end of season 1, or he's going to get his butt handed to him, and he's going to escape and threaten to come back. I don't think he's going to turn over a new leaf and suddenly be the real good guy like Han Solo. I mean, he didn't, like, in the 6th, was it the 6th episode? I think it was in the 6th, no, the 5th episode. The 5th episode, he definitely did not want to kill Fern. He didn't want to hurt her. He wasn't going to cross that line and slice the throat of a 12-year-old kid. He wasn't prepared for that. So, but at the same time, all that gold, all of that, all of those credits, he cannot ignore, and it is just too tempting of a target for him. I think his greed will ultimately take over, and that's my prediction. But this was a good episode. It was simple, wasn't anything too well. It was, I guess, it was character building for Jod because we got to see some darker moments of him when it was threatening the kids' parents and everything. But it was still a fun episode. It wasn't too complicated. It was just, little space adventure. We get home, the adventure's over, and then twist, Jod is still on board. And, he's still in charge, and he's still a threat. And the pirates are still up there in space wondering what happened. So yeah, good episode. And definitely looking forward to the 8th one. Can't wait to see. I think that might be my no, that's not gonna be it. That's gonna be my splash page right there. Right there, that's my splash page for the video. But I don't know. Actually, I'm still debating on that. That may or may not be my splash page. I haven't decided. But anyway, there is something else I wanted to talk about. Something I looked at briefly moments before watching the episode, and I figured, you know what? This would be a good time to talk about it right now. It's Star Wars related, but not necessarily Skeleton Crew. So if you are still interested in hearing this, please stick around. If you're no longer interested and you just wanted to tune in for Skeleton Crew, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I'm JimClassic. Like, share, and subscribe. You've been watching Geekin' It. Anyway, let me get to this article. All right, now this article is from, it's called ITM, otherwise Inside the Magic. I guess it's like a Disney fan site. I'm not too familiar with it. It just kind of showed up on my phone. And I was like, okay, well, I'll take a look at it. And decided, this could be interesting. So, posted January 7th, 2025. By the time this video posts on YouTube, it'll be the 8th, but, the report. A-list actor starring in new Star Wars movie after 2026 release canceled. Now, the article is written by Thomas Hitchin. And again, this is Inside the Magic. An A-lister in Star Wars? And we have a picture. I guess this is Rise of Skywalker right here. Lucasfilm appears to be juggling numerous projects while accomplishing very little on the big screen. And that has been going on since probably 2018. Over 5 years have passed since the last Star Wars movie graced theaters. Graced is an interesting word to describe the Rise of Skywalker. And the wait will stretch to almost 7 years before the next film premieres. Almost 7, because 2026 we're expecting Mando and Grogu. Following Disney's controversial sequel trilogy, Lucasfilm has hesitated to venture back into the cinemas, redirecting its focus to streaming. And it worked for a short time. I mean, Mandalorian was lightning in a bottle, and unfortunately, I wanted to like Kenobi and I wanted to like Boba Fett, but they just kind of fell flat for me. Some of the other spin-offs, I never saw Andor. Andor kind of bored me, so I never got past the second episode. And maybe one day I will watch Andor, but, a lot of Disney streaming, or I should say Star Wars streaming, has been kind of hit or miss for me personally. Anyway, since the launch of The Mandalorian in 2019, multiple shows have debuted on Disney+, signaling a clear shift in strategy. Now, after 3 seasons, The Mandalorian and its fan-favorite duo, Mando and Grogu, will transition to theaters to a movie directed by Jon Favreau. This film seems to be a replacement, or maybe not, for the scrapped The Mandalorian Season 4, further expanding the New Republic era. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if it is true what they say and Disney is cutting back on the streaming for the movies, I bet you the funds allocated for Mando Season 4 were shifted to the theatrical department, somehow. And, it's for the reasons of scaling it back for Disney Plus and going to the theaters for tax purposes or something. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Mando Season 4 is just scrapped and converted into a 2-hour movie, or maybe a trilogy, who knows. This timeline has already been explored through the Book of Boba Fett, Ahsoka, and the Skeleton Crew. And Skeleton Crew, out of those 3, has been the best in my opinion. I thought Ahsoka was okay. I did like it, but there were definitely some flaws in Ahsoka that you know, I would have to say Skeleton Crew is way more fun. Well, it has been way more fun. I mean, who knows? After the 8th episode, I might hate it. But so far, it's been fun. Scheduled for May 22nd, 2026 release, The Mandalorian and Grogu was originally set to be followed by another Star Wars movie in December of 2026. However, Disney recently replaced that December slot, once rumored to belong to the Obaid-Chinoy's Rey Skywalker project, with Ice Age 6 under 20th Century Studios. Yeah, no, I remember hearing about that. The Rey movie, I guess, might not be happening, or it's going to be delayed again, or it could be Disney is just waiting to see how Mando and Grogu is going to do in the theaters. You know, I would say right now, yeah, the Rey movie is probably. I'd be surprised if it will happen. You know, if you're a Rey fan, you know, maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't know. I am very skeptical that we will see a Rey movie. You know, unfortunately, you know, Daisy Ridley seems like a really nice person. It's nothing against her, but we'll see what happens. I mean, it's way too early to tell, and Disney likes to keep its secrets. Keeps a lot of stuff close to the chest, which is understandable. But man, it just keeps you in suspense, doesn't it? Despite various announcements, The Mandalorian and Grogu remains the only officially confirmed Star Wars film. Now, various reports are starting to surface regarding movies in development. According to the insider Daniel Richman? Yeah, Richtman. Let's do that again. According to insider Daniel Richtman, Lucasfilm has now shelved Taika Waititi's untitled Star Wars project. I'm not complaining about that. Known for saying the film would piss people off, Waititi's work has taken a backseat as Patty Jenkins' Rogue One re-enters development. It's back? Alright. Alright. I didn't realize the Rogue Squadron movie has been revived, has been resuscitated, because that was in development hell for a while and just fizzled out. I'm gonna wet my palate. I mean, heck, I remember in an interview. This is I guess Taika Waititi and Chris Hemsworth from Thor: Love and Thunder. Like, there was even an interview where Chris Hemsworth said he doesn't want to work with Taika Waititi ever again, and so Thor: Love and Thunder must have been a real problem for Chris Hemsworth to say he doesn't want to work with him ever again. I mean, this was like 3 or 4 years ago he said that, but still, wow. To actually put that on record in an interview, you know. In March 2024, Jenkins, the Wonder Woman franchise director, discussed her return to Star Wars after her work on Wonder Woman 3 ended prematurely. I don't think there was a Wonder Woman 3. Oh, well, the Wonder Woman 3 movie ended prematurely. Speaking to Collider, she explained how her deal with Lucasfilm resumed during the WGA SAG after strikes. Okay. Yeah, those strikes kind of screwed a lot of people up. It doesn't sound like those strikes are really working in either the actor or the animator's favor these days, but who knows. When Wonder Woman 3 didn't happen, Lucasfilm and I finalized the deal that we had started, Jenkins said. Now, I owe them a draft of Rogue One, so we'll see what happens next. Acknowledging Lucasfilm's struggle to reboot its theatrical lineup, Jenkins added, "It's a tough challenge figuring out the first movie they should release, but I'm back working on Rogue Squadron, and we're developing it to a point where everyone's happy." Oh, I hope so, Patty. I honestly do hope so. A Rogue Squadron movie could be fun. I mean, I don't know what timeline it's going to be in, but that could be really fun. I mean, and this is Rogue Squadron from the old N64 days. I had that game. That was fun. That's pretty cool artwork too. I like it. Announced in December 2020, Rogue Squadron aimed. It's 2020 they announced it? Damn. Okay. Announced in 2020, Rogue Squadron aimed to introduce a new generation of starfighter pilots in a fast-paced adventure. Initially removed from Disney's release calendar, the project is now reportedly back in active development, offering hope for fans eager for a refresh. Wow, I can't talk today. Back in active development, offering hope to fans eager for a fresh direction in the franchise. Taika Waititi, known for his quirky storytelling in Thor Ragnarok 2017 and Thor Love and Thunder 2022, had also been developing an untitled Star Wars film. During a 2023 appearance on The Kelly Clarkson Show, Waititi expressed his desire to get it right, emphasizing that he wasn't rushing the project. The aforementioned recent reports struggling that development has now ceased. Yeah, when did the Taika Waititi movie get hung up? It must have been like early 2024. But yeah, I remember another victim of creative differences. Another film simmering in the background is Sean Levy's effort. The Deadpool and Wolverine 2024 director has been attached to lead a Star Wars movie since November of 2022, with work set to commence after Netflix's Stranger Things Season 5, which Levy produces, has completed. The director recently spoke about his work in the Star Wars franchise. Oh man, there's Ryan and Hugh. Because Deadpool and Wolverine was so fulfilling, I'm quite happily open to whatever's next, Levy told IndieWire. And yes, there's a Star Wars movie that I'm developing, actually with our Adam Project screenwriter, Jonathan Tropper. You never know what's going to become undeniable. What? You never know what's going to become undeniable and get made next. Undeniable. I'm not... Okay, you never know what project will not be denied. I'm not sure I really understand that sentence, but okay. I guess you never really know what'll come next, what he's trying to say. New information has begun trickling in regarding Levy's movie, and it seems there could be a hugely familiar phase heading to the galaxy far, far away. According to Scooper at My Time to Shine H, Sean Levy's Star Wars movie is fast-moving, and wow, why did it shift like that? And they even offered the lead role to a well-known A-list actor. The San Francisco Gazette reported. Could Levy's longtime collaborator Ryan Reynolds become the next big Jedi in Star Wars? Or what about Stranger Things' Millie Bobby Brown? Of course, it may be someone Levy has never worked with, but how about Ben Stiller as a stormtrooper? Okay, Ben Stiller, okay. Now you're just being silly. Beyond Rogue Squadron and Sean Levy's movie, Lucasfilm has several ambitious Star Wars films in various stages of planning. Daisy Ridley's return as Rey Skywalker. Just Rey. She's just Rey. There is no Skywalker. Oh, my God, it did it again. Why does it keep... It must be like these ads or something. Anyway. Daisy Ridley's return as Rey will explore the establishment of a new Jedi Order in a movie directed by Oscar-winning documentarian Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny 2023 director James Mangold will also join the galaxy far, far away to helm a movie around the origins of the Force, a concept strikingly familiar the now canceled trilogy from Game of Thrones showrunners D.B. Weiss and David Benioff. Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, okay, that's right. They were supposed to be doing that, and then James Mangold did something earlier today, and I wonder if this article will cover it. Says he doesn't want to get weighed down by lore and continuity. Which, if you're gonna be upset about lore and continuity in Star Wars and making a movie like that, then don't direct the movie. It might be in this article. I don't know. Meanwhile, Dave Filoni's film will seemingly conclude the stories of the New Republic era with an apparent heir to the Empire-inspired tale. I have some thoughts on that, but that'll be for another video. I like Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, and I think they work great as a team. And if there's any project that I would be more excited for, would be a proper heir to the Empire movie. I mean, well, proper as best as they can without Carrie Fisher and a young Luke and Han Solo. They'd have to do some creativity to work around that. But an heir to the Empire movie is probably the most important Star Wars movie that I would be excited for right now. In an unexpected twist, Simon Kinberg is reportedly working on a new Star Wars trilogy that reportedly steps outside of the Skywalker saga. This series could potentially become the next episodes 10 through 12. Casting doubt on Obaid-Chinoy's Rey movie, initially thought to be the 10th installment in the Skywalker saga. Right, okay. So, yeah, another trilogy. I think I remember hearing about that. I don't really have an opinion of it. You know, I don't know much about Simon Kinberg. Okay, yeah, cool. With every announcement, the Star Wars universe continues to grow, blending the legacy of its beloved characters with bold forays into unexplored territories. Yeah, okay. Until the dreaded words creative differences creeps up and some of these movies just disappear into the ether. Because how many times has that happened? Fans remain eager and cautious as they anticipate what's next for this ever-expanding galaxy. What are your thoughts on the developing Star Wars slate? Share your thoughts with Inside the Magic in the comments below. All right, I think this is kind of a bit of a clickbait article because it said something about A-list actor starring A-list Star Wars actor, and then 2026 release might be canceled. Doesn't really give too many hints. Just says there might be an A-lister for the Rey movie, I think it said. And let's see. So the article does allude that the Sean Levy Star Wars movie might have an A-list actor, but it says nothing about anything being canceled other than it just comments on Star Wars' kind of sad history of canceling projects over and over again. But okay, that was the article. I just wanted to talk about that real quick. I don't think this is anything new, but it is something I want to talk about and get off my chest about how Lucasfilm just keeps announcing projects and canceling them, and announcing projects and canceling them, and really, it shows no faith. Fans like me see this and have doubt cast upon us. And I mean, I would dare say Disney and Lucasfilm are a mess right now, and they don't know what to do, what direction to go, what timeline they want to focus on. And I would, I don't care about most of these projects. Rogue Squadron, yeah, I might watch. And Mando and Grogu, yeah, I will watch that. And maybe if there's an Heir to the Empire, yeah, I'll watch that. The others, I don't really have enough faith in Lucasfilm to pull off a win anymore. And that's, as a Star Wars fan, as a lifelong Star Wars fan, that's very frustrating to have to come to that realization that, the franchise is definitely in the wrong hands, in my opinion. Anyway, I would like to hear what your thoughts are. Did you enjoy the 7th episode of Skeleton Crew? What do you think about this article right here? What do you think of all of Disney's canceled projects for Star Wars? The what ifs, the maybes, the will never happens. Are you excited for the Rey movie? Let me know. Tell me in the comment section. Like, share, and subscribe. Please. Thank you for watching. I'm JimClassic. You have been watching Geekin' It, and I will see you next time. Take care, everybody.